Mm. Hi everybody, I'm Hal Weeks for Stalking the Wild Autoharp. I'm coming to you from Daigle Autoharps here in actually sunny SeaTac, Washington. And right now the machines are humming away in the back and I am out here making a video for y'all. Actually, I want to start making a video series about how to play melody. And this is something I've done before. There's nothing new under the sun, but this one is a reboot, and maybe I'll have something new to say. I certainly have some new stuff to show you and some new ways of setting it up. I want to show you, among other things in this series, I want to show you the technique of what we call chording out a melody. If you have a melody that you want to play and you might have it in a book, like written music, or lyrics, because you can work from the lyrics too, how to determine which buttons to push to find your melody notes and how to find your melody notes within those buttons. And it sounds a little technical, and it is at the beginning. But as you get more and more used to it, you sort of start doing it using the force. And your ear will lead your fingers and it'll leave your brain out of it, which is always a good thing, right? I mean, that's why we play music in the first place. So I want to show you my special cheater cards because they help you cheat. And you can make them yourself. As a matter of fact, I insist that you make them yourself, because where else are you going to get them? But here's how it works. Your Autoharp, well, the average chromatic Autoharp has 21 buttons, and yours is probably no different, but if you've got a 15 bar, then that's fine too. What you're going to do is you're going to work from your 15 chords, and you're going to make, or 21 chords, and you're going to make 21 cards. You're going to make some chord cards. Here's how that works. These are the ones I made for the purpose of this video. I have this up here, so I don't need the cards, but I made the cards so I can show you, because if you're going to get to the place where you've got it up here, it helps to put it on here first. So what I did, yours can be just white, it doesn't matter. You're going to get yourself some index cards, and I chose 3 colors for mine. I put my majors on the hot pink, and I put my sevenths on the green, and I put my minors on the orange. And that helps me find them when I'm looking for them. But on one side, write the name of the chord. And then on the other side, you're going to write the contents of the chord. A minor chord and a major chord each have 3 notes. And so you're going to write them bottom to top. The D minor chord, for example, has D, F, A. And the bottom note is always what's called the root. And it's always the letter name that is the same, the letter that is the same as the name of the chord. Hence, D minor has D as the root. And so that's on the bottom. And I put a little arrow there. And then up in this corner, I write D minor. So you can use these just like we used to, remember 3rd grade when you had to learn your multiplication tables and you learned from flashcards. Yeah, I learned from flashcards, and I kind of didn't learn from flashcards because it was pretty terrible with my brain, but that's the way they wanted you to learn. Now, these can be used as flashcards, but that's not why I made them. Basically, if you wanted to learn, and this is kind of important, learning the contents of your chords. Each button on your harp has several notes in it, and it's good to know what notes are in what chords in a flash, in your mind. If not, you can cheat, and this will help you. And it will help you to learn, and you'll cheat less and less as you learn. So make one card per button per chord on your auto harp. So you're going to have one D minor chord, and you're going to have one G minor chord card, and it's going to have the answer on the back. So I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, how? Which is a weird thing to be saying to yourself. But you're saying, how do I know what's in each chord on my harp? Well, you can Google it. This is what I discovered. I just Googled, what notes are in a D minor chord? And you know what? It told me. And not only that, it was telling me what the root is. And even when it didn't, it still showed it in that position with the D note in the bass for a D minor chord. So every note you can say, don't just say D chord, because it'll default to a major, but say D major. What notes are in a D major chord? What notes are in a G minor chord? What notes are in an E7 chord? And then write it down on the back of the card. And then write the name of the chord in the upper corner. And here's why I have you do that. Because if you're drilling yourself and you're looking at this half and you're going E7, what notes are in the E7 chord? Is it E, G sharp, B, D? Ta-da! And then you get to have a party. But it tells you that. If you're drilling from this side and you can cover this up. As you pull it out of the deck, you can pull it out and go, D, B, G, E, always go from the bottom, E, G sharp, B, D. What kind of chord is that? It's got 4 notes, so it must be a 7th. And then you can look at it and you go, aha, E is on the bottom. It's an E7 chord. Kind of easy, yes? Okay, now you can drill, like I said, or not. The other thing that these are easy for is chording out your song. Because if you are playing, when I am playing a given song, let's say I'm playing a song and it's in the key of C. Key of C, as you know from home row playing, key of C is your home row, and you use 3 buttons.
Good.
Got somebody coming in.
What's your name? John.
So, when you're playing in the key of C major, you're going to take 3 fingers and you're going to put them on C, F, and G right there with your middle finger on the C chord. Now, if you're playing an Oscar Schmidt, it's going to be more down here. Or no, excuse me, it's going to be over here. That's okay. It's different on different harps. But the point is that to play in the key of C major, in the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, in C, you're going to use those 3 home row buttons. Now, what's in those 3? How do you know? Well, they're all majors, right? So you go to your major chord cards and you pull out your C, F, and G cards for C major, F major, and G major. So I'm going to pull those out right now. There's G. There's F. And there's C. And I'm going to show you in better detail in another video how to do this. But so here's my 3 button chords. And I can even put them in the order of my fingers with C in the middle and G under my ring and F under my index. And by looking at them from this side, where I'm looking here, I can see not only where the notes are in the C major scale, I can see what chords they're in because I wrote it up in the corner. And if you look, you'll see all 7 notes of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, which is the same as the 1. And the C is the root, so that's the beginning. C, what's the next note up? D, because it goes in alphabetical order. C, D, E, F, G. Notice there's a G over here too. A, B, C, or C. Notice there's duplications. There's 7 notes in 3 chords. So there's going to be some doubling up. And that's part of the choices that you have. And there's some rules about how to make those choices. But the point is, and I'm going to sort of stop here, these can help you in a C major tune to figure out where your notes are and what buttons, hence what fingers you use to find those notes. And so you can chord out your whole tune, whether you've got notes on a staff or syllables in a song. You can chord those out, and then you can start to pick your way out through those notes because you've already figured out your chord structure. So, chord cards. Make some. Some people have asked me, well, why don't you just put them up so I can print them out? It's like, no, I'm a teacher. I'm not going to give you the answers. You've got your own homework, and now you've got some homework to do. Make chord cards. And you're going to need them for the next in the series. So I'm Hal Weeks with my chord cards, and I'll play you another tune here. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time for the next installment, Stalking the Wild Autoharp. Bye-bye.